guys, you're welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to be learning how to make Nigerian egg roll from the scratch for beginners, and without wasting your time, let's get straight into business. So first we need some eggs, and we're going to start by boiling in a pot of water on medium heat. Okay, so I'm using about 8 eggs because I intend to make 8 egg rolls. So you're going to boil for about 8 to 15 minutes, and you're going to take it out and put directly in a bowl of cold water. That way the shell is going to come off very easily and you won't have to struggle with it or end up with a messy looking egg. We don't want that at all. So make sure you take it out from the hot water and drop in a bowl of cold water like this. Leave it for like 5 to 10 minutes. Let it just sit down, let it rest in that bowl of cold water before you now start to take off the shell. And when you're done, just set it aside. Now that we have our boiled eggs looking pretty, we're going to set it aside, and now to the main egg roll dough. Okay, so in a bowl, get your sift, your filter out, and then you're going to pour in about 4 cups, 4.5 cups actually. Let's just say about 530 grams flour. Don't worry, the list of ingredients will be in the description box so you can check it. Then you're going to add some baking powder, about 2 teaspoons of the regular baking powder. And in case you're wondering, this is the baking powder that I use. It comes in different brands. You can use any brand that you like. And in that same bowl, you're going to also add some salt, a teaspoon of salt, and your nutmeg. You guys, just get your regular nutmeg, the grounded one or the raw one, whichever one you can get, and just add a teaspoon of it. This is going to add a lot of aroma to your egg roll, so make sure you don't skip that nutmeg. Okay, now you're going to sift all of this in a bowl. If you follow my baking recipes, you would know that I like to sift my flour. Okay, and you're going to add some powdered milk and some sugar, you guys, some few tablespoons each. And in case you're wondering, this is the tablespoon that we use to measure. Now you're going to mix together your dry ingredients. Mix together. I'm excited because somebody is about to become a professional egg roll maker, so make sure you watch this video till the end. Now in that bowl, you're going to get some eggs. Okay, you're going to break in about 2 medium-sized eggs. Okay, you can break separately in a bowl first before you pour in your batter. Okay, if you go and pour it in your flour mix and the egg is bad, and you all know, so I always like to break separately in a bowl first. You can whisk it if you like before now pouring in your butter or flour. Okay, so you're going to pour this in, and you're also going to get some margarine. Basically, I use margarine for this, but you can use some butter. The measurement is also going to be in the description box, so you can check it. So you've added the butter, now you're adding the eggs, and now you're going to get some milk. I'm using about a cup of milk. This is just powdered milk mixed with water. The measurement will also be in the description box, so you can check it as well. So I'm going to pour this in little by little. I won't pour it at once. Okay, so just pour till you get the consistency that you want, basically till you get a dough actually. So I'm just pouring this in little by little. I started by mixing with my spatula, but at some point you might have to drop that spatula and get your hands dirty. Okay, so drop your spatula, dip your hand in the bowl, and just use your hand to combine everything together till you get a dough. Basically, your dough is going to be very sticky. And then one thing about egg roll is that you don't want to use too much butter. Okay, at some point I was feeling like I even used too much, but even if you do, you can always patch it up with more flour. Okay, so you want your dough to be soft and stretchy at the same time, so you don't want to over knead your dough at all. So when immediately you start getting a dough like this, yes, it's looking stretchy, it's not looking smooth at all, don't worry, don't bother yourself. Just try as much as possible to pack it together as much as you can and you're going to now allow this dough to rest for like 5, 10, 15 minutes. and then when the dough is well rested, it's going to be easier to work with. Okay, so just cover your bowl of flour with a plastic wrap or with a napkin and just allow it to sit down and rest gently. Okay, so while the dough is resting, you can start getting ready to fry in your pot. Make sure you get a pot that is deep because you're going to deep fry. Add your vegetable oil and leave it to just get hot on medium to low heat. Now after about 18 minutes, we're going to wake up our dough because it's time for action. As you can see, the dough is looking smoother than before and not as stretchy as earlier, meaning that it's now easy to work with. You're just going to use your hand to just pack it together as much as possible. Can you see how soft this is looking? It's looking smooth at the same time. And then you're going to get a work surface. Okay, it could be anything. Just sprinkle some flour on that work surface, a little bit of flour, and then drop your dough on it and just use your hand to just bring everything together, more like you're trying to knead it, but in a very soft and light way. Okay, so this is not like you're kneading heavily, because if you knead too much, it's going to toughen your dough and your egg roll dough might just be very hard. If you like hard egg roll dough, go ahead and continue kneading. Okay, but I like it very soft. Now you're going to now cut into about for me, this measurement gave me about 8 big to medium size dough balls. Okay, so depending on the size of egg roll that you like, so you're just going to cut it into small pieces, and then you're going to take one of the piece that you just finished cutting, and now you're going to lay your hands flat like this, spread it flat. Okay, and then you can dust your hand with some flour just to prevent the dough from sticking to your hand. Okay, because the dough is still very soft and stretchy. You are now going to just lay it flat. Just pay attention to the way I'm doing it on the palm of your hand, and then take one of the eggs, the boiled egg, and just drop in the middle of it, and then use the dough to wrap the egg. Very easy, you guys. So this is how it is done. Just pinch, press, and just use your hand to just smoothen it out like this. Pay attention to the way I'm doing it in the video, and then you can now cut off the excess dough from the top. Just make sure that your dough is well sealed. If it's not, your egg roll can just burst open and the egg can just come out, and we don't want that at all. Okay, let's do this again in case you didn't get it the first time. And now you can of course dust your egg roll with more flour if it's still sticking to your hand, just to give it like this smooth finishing basically. Okay, so this is what we have, our first egg roll dough ready to be fried. So let's try another one. Okay, so lay your hands flat and then rub with some flour, and then take one of the dough pieces, lay flat on your palm, just use your hand to press it to just spread it wide. You can also use a rolling pin to do that if you want to, and then you can now place your egg in the middle of the dough and just use your hands to just wrap it around the egg like this. Can you see the way I'm smoothing and pinching the edges just so that I can properly seal this egg roll? So you want to make sure that you gather all the excess dough to the top of your dough ball, and then when you get to the top of it, okay, just twist your hand a little bit to cut off the excess dough. That way your dough ball is going to be properly sealed. Can you see? Yes, so we've cut off the excess dough from the dough ball, and we are just going to use our hands to just smoothen it out. You can sprinkle some flour on it just to give it like this smooth, not sticky finishing, right? So just do you. I know you can do this. I believe in you. Okay, so yeah, so we're gonna drop this, and now it's time for us to fry. So we have about 8 dough balls. Now we're going to check on our oil, and you want to make sure that it is hot enough for frying. To check for hotness, you can dip a skewer like this inside the oil. If bubbles start to gather around it, it is hot. Or you can just sprinkle some flour. If it starts to sizzle, it is hot. or just get any of your leftover dough pieces, drop it inside. If it bubbles, then yeah, you're good to go. Now you can now gently drop in your egg roll balls. You want to make sure that your oil is not too hot and not too low either. If it's too hot, your egg roll can just burst open and it won't be well fried at all. So you want to make sure that your oil is just in between medium to low, like that, okay? So, and then you have to constantly stir your egg roll, because if you don't, one part can just start to burn and you don't want that at all. So just fry this should take about 10 to 15 minutes, okay? Just fry till you have like a golden brown color like this. That way it is properly cooked, okay? So don't rush at all. Don't, make sure you reduce your heat level. If it's too hot, your donuts, this is not donut, this is egg roll, your egg roll can just burst open. By the way, you guys, egg roll or donut, which one do you prefer? I actually like egg roll so much. I like donut as well. I can't even decide which one I want to choose. So which one do you prefer? Okay, so at the end of the day, this is what we have: our egg roll sitting and looking pretty to be eating. And before I forget, this shout out is going out to Yachil Abubakar. Thank you so much for dropping a comment in our previous video. If you want to get a shout out as well, just drop a comment under this video and we'll shout you out. And if this is your first time on this channel, you're welcome. My name is Tosin. My goal is to help you become a better home cook. So please subscribe, you guys. And now we have come to the end of this recipe. Please try it out. You are going to love it. See you soon. Bye, guys.